there. But
he was saying, well, first off, he corrected us that is not true. It's not practiced anymore.
It doesn't happen anymore.
And it was a ritualistic
There's
practice.
cases where it's practiced right now. There's actually a court case right now in the States where a kid has contacted something from, what is it? I can find the case. I'm not completely wrong.
It was herpes. There's a case of a moil.
Banned in Israel. But I'm not saying that it's like wide practice now. I'm just saying that was a thing that happened. When I heard that, it blew my fucking mind.
Oh, yeah, but there's a lot of crazy shit that lots of different religions used to do back then. They used to throw virgins in volcanoes. How fucked up was that?
Yeah, that's probably pretty fucked
That's the worst one, I think, maybe.
I'm going to see if I can find that.
Yeah, these are horrible.
Do a lot of weird things to genitals in the name.
You know what atheists have done?
Oh, I think they might be pulling it up now.
I think they sew. Don't they sew girls? Are they?
I don't know.
I don't want to speculate.
I don't know.
They try not to learn too much.
I know atheists have done nothing.
I did, when I was a best man for my buddy's wedding, I looked up like the history of wedding rituals. And originally the consummation of the marriage had to be performed in front of both sets of parents.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like a shotgun wedding or?
No, that was like a
the
standard wedding thing.
Because she's already knocked up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this was like the kiss is the toned down version of that. Kissing in front of the congregation, but originally the
whole thing.
It was the two sets of parents were there, and you had to make penetration with first off in front of her dad.
Awful time.
Second off in front of your mom.
Yeah, that's awful. But I guess at that time they probably
Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right?
Your dad's just going to be there going, yeah, yeah.
You immediately revert back to like a 5-year-old. Come on, Dad, look what I'm doing. Come on, Dad, look at me. Look over here. Look what I'm doing. Look, it's me.
Watch me do it.
When did they stop doing that?
I don't know when that stopped, but I'm glad that toned down.
Yeah, I know.
Because that would have been incredibly awkward.
There'd be a lot less married people, though.
Yeah.
You'd have to really love somebody to marry them at that point.
And I found
That's
this
when
out.
love was real.
The best man's job was that, like, if anything happened to the groom, he had to take care of his wife.
Like during the act?
No,
well,
just
he assumed the marriage.
Charlie horse or something?
He just assumed, the position.
Really?
Yeah, which
That's
is like
why he was the best man.
When I was looking at that, I was like, that's not. I didn't agree to that. Like that better still not be a rule.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not taking on that responsibility.
Godparents take over your kids.
Yep.
If you're under 18, and then that's crazy. The best man. What is it? A bridesmaid? Is she marries the guy? If she,
I don't know what happens with the bridesmaid. I think she's just there to support the bride.
I don't think maid then.
I don't think she has to.
If I'm dead, you die alone.
I don't think she has to take over the wifely duties if anything happens to the wife. Yeah. Probably because the man can remarry.
Yeah, you'd probably just.
I feel fucking vindicated. I just read a fucking article, and Jewish Press, the magazine, their first question for the mayors that were running for election in 2013 in the New York City elections were specifically regarding practices during the ritual of having the...
That's so dumb. It's such an old...
Yeah, and it's still
ritual.
Apparently a hot enough button topic that they're talking about it. It's the first question that he was asked.
I don't like that. That's still something that happens to children in the first place, unless it's necessary.
I don't understand why it goes
well,
in the
because
mouth.
they said that there's like a 32%.
You had a late in life circumcision.
Sure did. 21, buddy.
What?
Bam!
How are we not talking about that?
I've talked about it on the show 100 times.
Wow.
We've been over it.
Jesus.
I'm sure I've been drunk telling you about it. It's the worst thing that ever happened in my life.
Yeah, so...
well, no, you broke your dick.
That was the second worst thing.
Really?
Yeah, the circumcision was way worse.
Breaking your dick. We had a buddy in high school that had his dick broken.
Yeah, man. It's brutal. It's the worst.
Yeah,
well,
he said it was the
worst.
worst thing in the world. He said the girl did it to him.
That's who's responsible. I've also talked about this 100 times. Basically, my ass slid off the couch, and she came down on that final thrust and just fucking snapped.
Yeah.
For the camera, let me just snapped it like that, like a snap.
Oh wow.
And I was very lucky. I was very lucky because the main artery.
Sounds like you were lucky.
No, the main artery. If that snaps, you never get an erection again.
Holy fuck.
But I just shredded mine, which doesn't sound better, but it is.
Yeah, that's better.
Mark's
what
gonna
doesn't-
pass out.
That's
I'm gonna.
insane.
It's insane. Do you know there was a kid? His name was Josh Grabel. I'll never forget the kid's name because when you hear a story,
Why
like
would I
this-
know that fucking?
No,
asshole?
you're not gonna know. But I know the guy's name still today after 17, 18 years. This kid was like the little weird kid from Trout Creek, the next town over. I guess he had a bike accident and cut his dick like half off. But his dad was like a crazy old fucking drunk, and he was so worried his dad was gonna be pissed off at him that he didn't tell anybody.
Oh.
And tried to just like wrap it up and just take care of it himself. Yeah, it was all the talk with the parents. They were like, "Can you believe that kid?"
It was all the rage
Yeah.
at the Tupperware parties.
Well, they were just like, "How not good
The
are you
hockey
with your
moms
kids?"
were gossiping.
I guess like
Hear about that kid a town over? Just
His-
duct taped his dick back on?
it was like his dad's girlfriend or something that caught him while he was trying to refix some like duct tape and like fucking paper towel on it or something. And his dad was like, "What the fuck?" and like got him. I don't know what happened, but got him to the hospital. Jesus
I
Christ!
think
though.
they saved his dick.
Let's hope they saved his dick.
You don't know if they put it back on?
I think they did. I think they
How did he
did.
cut it off?
Something pinched on the handlebars. He went over the handlebars.
Okay, I just puked a bit in my mouth.
Well, I'm never owning a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was just
Is this
decided.
a motorcycle or a bicycle?
like a bicycle. He was a kid.
Hey, speaking of bike accidents, shout out to our good friend Mr. Bobby Kerr.
Yeah, Bob Kerr
He took a
survived.
spill over
yeah,
the
broke his
weekend.
arm. What a champ.
And he was looking for the two ladies that helped him. Doesn't know who they are or what they look like.
You haven't lived until you've broken a bone.
Yeah.
You need to break a bone in life.
A little while ago, I saw a lady riding a bike, and she had two pugs in the back carriage, and she fell sideways on the bike. She fell and rolled, and the dogs rolled. Everyone ran to help the dogs. She was lying there on the ground. She was laying there. The bike was on her leg, and everyone was picking up the dogs to make sure they were okay.
18 people helping two dogs.
Yeah, two pugs.
Mad at
boys.
the lady. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off.
He's go.
Love you guys.
Have a good
We got
one.
to fight later about the Facebook thing.
Oh, I want to fight right now. Let's do it right now.
You want to do it right now?
You dumb idiot.
It's one word.
It was a very asshole thing of you to do.
To be honest, that was a ridiculous suggestion, man.
Yes,
what's
but
going
I
on?
didn't. Here was the thing with the Facebook thing. I didn't ask an opinion. I just asked who was interested. That right there makes you an asshole, just for filling in your personal opinion. Second of all, your points were not inappropriate. It's the wrong word. They didn't apply to the situation. Because your point was, here's the thing. The setup was I wanted to do a show at the Eaton House where I gave foam things to the crowd to throw at a comic, and it was a kind of like a gag competition to see how long a comic could last on stage until you got hit with foam things, then the next guy would come up. And I'd play ref. So if I thought they threw stuff prematurely, if I thought it was inappropriate to throw, I could veto it.
I think I saw this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I
So it's
saw
just
it.
a goofy thing to try out. So I just said, is anyone interested? I was very polite about it. I was like, who's interested? And K-Trev and another comic I won't name were very blatant about their opinion on it. And I was
thought it
actually, I was
the
kind
worst
of,
gimmick I've ever heard.
that's fine. But how you presented your argument on it, I was actually hurt because you said I was hurting the quality of the room.
It would be.
You don't know the quality of the room, though. You haven't been there. You only come when you get booked. I'm there every show. You don't know the quality
used
of the
to
room.
be there all the time.
But it's not that show anymore. So you don't know the quality. Also, the training an audience to throw things is ridiculous because you know that crowd personally, by name. Do you think if Lisa threw something, she'd be like, well, now I'm throwing stuff at every show? I know the crowd
It isn't the point to bring in a new crowd.
eventually, but it would start with them. And it's a conversation I had with them before I even took it to Facebook. I just wanted to see what interest we had with comedians.
Well, I think an all-comer show where you get shit thrown at you is a terrible idea for a comedy show.
It's not, but I said that right in the thing. I said, this isn't a comedy show. I said this to the other comic. I said, this isn't a comedy show. This is a variety. This is a gag. This is just for pure fun.
They should have to pay to throw stuff.
Oh, yeah, like throw 50 cents, grab some stuff?
No, it's like.
But this is also something they've done before. I didn't create this idea. This is something Yuck Yucks used to do back in the 80s.
Oh,
On
wow.
Am Night, they used to give them foam bricks.
Really?
Yeah, it was just something extra, and it's a goof.
Yeah.
Now
no.
your worry. Okay, now
That's
let
a-
me try.
But
to,
you have this.
That's a great
But
idea.
your worry is that it devalues us and it becomes like an organ grinder with a chimp and the hat, kind of, like the.
Don't you guys get sick of going to every open mic and grinding out the same shit or just working on shit? And it's the same thing everywhere you go. Wouldn't it be nice to have a different kind of room that's not necessarily about the stand-up?
But what happens if you go there and you only perform for like 3 seconds?
Then you no. There was guys going to put a cap on it. You get a minute at least.
A minute
At least
minimum?
a minute. At least to set yourself up.
But you wouldn't go there if you were working on material.
No, it wasn't going to be that.
It would just be
And I
like-
said that. I said this is a goof. It's just supposed to be a funny gag, just to give comics a different thing to do.
I'm
What
always.
happens if we throw stuff at the audience when they don't laugh?
Fine, I don't. It's all foam shit. It's not
yeah.
gonna. But the fear is like somebody's gonna whip a glass. Like
Big
no one's.
Nerf gun.
I know the crowd. No one's gonna whip a glass. This is ridiculous.
'Cause
This isn't a
people-
random crowd. This isn't just walking into a place where everyone's drunk. You're like, here's stuff, throw it. These are friends of ours. These are people we know. And yeah, if other people come in, they're gonna know what the show is. It's
I'm
not
all-
happening now, though. I axed it anyway.
I'm all for coming up with ideas. I don't think that this is the worst. I also don't. I don't know. I don't like contests. So like bricks being thrown
but
feels
it
like
does, the
contest.
contest doesn't matter. It's just
No.
hilarious.
That's fine. But I like when somebody's going out of their way to try something that's kind of like new and fun. Like when people do like a themed night, you hear that people are getting a bunch of comics to do like an aristocrats night or something. And that's all. Yeah. It's always a lot of fun. Yeah, the Gong Show.
Yeah.
yeah, Gong Show. You got Gong Show. You got the old rope show.
Well, what about if you had
Guy's on top of his shit
7
out here, by the
minutes?
way.
But you
And
had
then-
the rule in the Gong Show that comics couldn't do stand-up.
Well, we eventually had to let them do
You had the
stand-up.
Twitter show where people could
Twitter
tweet
Gong
how
Show.
The
awful
Twitter
you
show
are
too, yeah.
right behind your head.
Yeah, but that
How
was-
is that not equally demeaning as being stuff
but
thrown at you?
It was. I don't think it's demeaning. I think it's like if you can't
There's
call
some-
it a stand-up show then. If you're not calling it a stand-up show,
I'm not
it's
calling
fine.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
No.
there's some
If it's-
things that I
Because the Twitter Gong Show was not a stand-up show. That was the difference. It was a variety show where stand-up actually sucked on it. So it helped the Twitter thing, but comics would get pissed.
there's some.
But what I was going to say was, what happens if you did it like 7 minutes, and then at that minute mark, you had to do kind of like new material that you sent the topic out,
Right.
and then after the 7-minute mark, comics get a maximum of 10 minutes. So you do 7 minutes of your tried set that you're working on, and then you get like a light at 7, and then now you have to go into this topic that you send all the comics, and then you see who can last the longest on that new material topic.
That's interesting.
Because then, because I would be pissed if I wouldn't go if I knew I was going to get something thrown at me. I couldn't work on my act. For me, unless I hung out there all the time, it makes no sense.
I was just trying to find something for comedians to do something that's a little bit different.
There's a
Well-
show in Britain where they
They throw
let the
bears.
audience throw stuff.
They throw bears, teddy bears.
And by the end of it, guys can't get a word out. They get up on. By
That's
the end of the night,
really
they get up on
funny,
stage
though.
and they go, and they get pelted with teddy
That's
bears.
hilarious. But yeah, it's not a stand-up show. It's
What-
just something different.
What was the name of that show that Craig Brown started with Mark Forward?
Stand-up showdown.
Stand Up Showdown. They made a TV show out of it.
They did a pilot.
They did a pilot. I haven't
Yeah,
heard good- I
that's
haven't heard
one where
good
they
things.
used to judge the comedians, right?
Right.
And Mark
And-
made
and-
somebody cry.
Oh yeah, no. I followed her. I was on right after it. It was Holly Prazoff. Holly Prazoff. He made her fucking bawl to the point where she was screaming at him on stage. She's on stage and she's
I don't even
like,
know who that is.
she's like, "Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I can't." And then just gave it to him.
He also gave constructive criticism on that show.
No, he did, but not before. Like he didn't give a chance to do that before Holly had lost it, and it was the most awkward thing ever.
Here's a fun little. Right in the. you can eat Ryan's head. Oh, change angles. Here's a fun little fact about that show. I was one of the only people to ever win without material. Mark Ford got so mad at me because he snapped at the audience because I just went up and I just did movie trailers, and it won. I won, and then I came back the second round, and then I lost.
Well, Mark had gone through such a difficult thing with Holly, with the both of them fighting. They were fighting,
I bet.
and then when I
Mark's
go up,
relentless. He's awesome.
Who's
Well,
Holly?
Holly Pratt,
An
she used to
old
be a
comic.
Sketcherson. She was, but I'm
Sweet girl.
I'm the very next one up. And before I could say one word, Mark, like he's in the middle of a fight with me, came after me, and I stopped him and looked at the audience and looked at him and was like, "Mark, I'm a new person. Like, you have to dial it back, man. Like, I didn't fight you just a second ago. She's gone. We're going to still do the show. But it was insane, and I hated it. I would have never done it again. Not that I got asked to, but so it's like a fine line. You can come up with an idea, and it could be Crusher, or it could be something like that. I didn't like that at all.
My other thing about you is that I think if it was person to person, if this was after a bar and I pitched you on the idea, I think you'd laugh and go, why? Like, you'd be more questionable about the thing. You wouldn't just go off with, that's the worst, and completely belittle the whole thing. I think that's purely a Facebook persona of yours and a lot of people on Facebook. There's no filter because you don't have to see a person's face.
It's like driving in a car.
I'm the complete opposite. I hate saying things on Facebook, but I'll definitely say it to your face.
Well, the thing is, I was reading all the I was reading
forever.
yours and the other guy's comments. The other guy was going off harder than you were.
Who's the other guy?
I'll tell you after. And I wanted to freak the fuck out. Like, I wanted to just curse and swear. And I was very, very specific about being as nice as possible on anything I said in that feed. But in my heart, I was like, I want to tell all these guys off. Because sometimes I think we hold comedy too high, like it's this really special, super thing we do, and it's just fun. It's just jokes.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we have to take it so seriously all the time, like it's like we're saving lives.
No, I think it's
but
because
also if we don't respect it, why should anyone else?
There's a business behind it, I think.
Yeah, but I think
How
it's...
am I not showing respect to stand-up? I'm producing a show that I hope is fun for everybody.
I think you can do a bunch of different shows and see what works.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, in the end, as the producer, you have the complete control of the show. And to experiment, you're going to lose some people along the way. Some people are going to get pissed off. And who knows, maybe you do this show where they're throwing foam things, and it's a hit, and then you pack the eating house every month because everyone wants to throw shit. But
Right.
I think you just need to keep thinking of different things, come up with like 12 different shows.
Well, I did something a lot better.
What did you do?
I did nail it down. Because I thought about it, and I was like, why do I want to do a show like this? And it wasn't because I want to do a show like that. I think it'd be fun, but I just realized with myself, I don't really want to produce a show like that. I'm just tired of doing the Eaton House every month because it's been hard for the last year and a half.
I can imagine.
So, and I don't care about it like I used to. I have Spirits that I'm producing, and that takes up a majority of my time. And that show I've been working on, it's been a blast. It's been filling up. It's been great. So this one's kind of just been there, and I haven't paid any attention to it.
So if you could do something to add a little bit of sriracha sauce
I gave it away.
You gave the Eaton House away?
Yeah.
Who'd you give it to?
I gave it to Sandra Battolini.
That's the perfect person to fucking give it
Yes,
to.
it is.
That is a goddamn...
She lives out in the East End.
Oh, it's so smart.
Starting next month, it's Sandra Battolini standing on the Danforth.
It's awesome.
Well, you know what, Sandra? I don't know if you're going to see this. We love you.
Battle Cat is a perfect choice for a host.
I thought it was a much better option instead of me putting in $100 in foam toys.
Yeah. But she's just the fucking best too. She's awesome.
She was amazing.
She's amazing.
No, I'm a big fan of Sandra's.
So I want to see. I'm gonna go to the show still, and I'm gonna make sure that she gets the same deal I got with the bar, because I don't want anything to happen differently there, because she is just assuming the role. So she's not coming in the bar new.
But it's cool for her too. She gets something that she can produce. You know what I mean? And something.
And she's proven she can produce before too. She's a strong producer, strong performer.
Oh, boy.
And she's in the ilk of what that crowd likes.
As a host, she's gonna I mean, she's awesome anyway. But I mean, as a host in that spot, she's gonna it's gonna be awesome.
The Sal and Sandy shows are always fun.
Yeah, they were
That's how I
amazing.
met Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne came to the show.
Alex Pavone called him Morgan Freeman.
Oh, no.
God damn.
It was Scott Thompson was on the show, and they were shooting Hannibal, so a bunch of the cast came to see Scott, and Lawrence Fishburne was there, and I guess he piped up during Pavone's set, and Pavone was like, calm down, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, jeez, that must have got a huge laugh.
so
though.
He did remember he was Morpheus. Pavone was proud about that.
And then he started heckling Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was heckling Pavone?
Who was?
Morpheus was heckling
Morpheus.
Pavone.
That's why you do it.
That's
That's why
fucking
you
awesome.
do it.
We played
I have
darts
the
with
picture
Hannibal.
still. He told me not to. He asked me. He's like, you can't publish those, and I'm like, all right. I held my word, but I have them on my computer. Of Morpheus at the lot with Scott Thompson, all them.
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
So cool. Yeah, so Battle's going to be a good fit for the place.
That
I
place.
agree.
She asked me if I wanted to do the first show. I was like, fuck no, I just got out. Why would I jump right back in?
It's like retiring and somebody asking if you just want to come and hang out at work on Monday.
Hey, you want to work the beat next week?
Want to walk around? That's good though.
I know you retired and got your gold watch.
So anyway,
but
stop bothering me for sets there.
Hey man, I'm gonna send you more messages now.
no, we just got
Do you have Sandra's email? How do I get in touch with Sandra?
Yeah.
Scott actually, he just hosted Spirits for me for Gay Pride.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
for Pride. I don't know why I had to put gay in front of it. That's redundant. But sold out standing room only show right down the street. It was fucking amazing.
Amazing.
Awesome.
And Scott would have killed it hosting.
That's sweet.
He killed it. Everyone on the show did amazing. I was so happy
Awesome.
with the night.
There's some
wicked.
top quality acts on that show.
So I'm expecting next week to be dead because when there's always a big party like that in town, no one wants to spend money the next week.
Oh yeah, it's always rough.
Sweet, I'm on Spirits this week.
Yes, you are, buddy. Just for laughs.
Oh, there's the workout show.
Just
the
the
workout
last warm-up
shows.
show.
That's a pretty good poster you made there. I like that.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you make that?
Yeah,
With yeah.
Yeah, the poster's great. I wish we had the TVs working so I could show it. You see the poster?
I did.
Apollo Creed. With
I
the
put the
Laughs.
Just for Laughs cartoon face over top of Mr. T.
Oh,
and
nice.
colored Mr. T so he was all the same color. It looks so fucking
Squaring
funny.
off with Rocky.
Yeah,
That's
That's
fantastic.
pretty good.
the JFL workout shows part 1.
That's amazing. Gotta see that.
It's going to be a fun time, but just for
So
laughs.
next 3 weeks at Spirits is JFL workout guys. Matt O'Brien and
The next 3 weeks.
yeah.
Wow.
And then after that it's my birthday. You're gonna be gone for my birthday, dude.
When's your birthday?
21st.
I'll be back for your birthday.
Then you're gonna be back. You want to do my birthday show?
When's your birthday show?
23rd at Spirits.
Oh, no, that's
You
when
gonna be
I
around?
leave
You gonna be
for...
around?
Are you gonna? I would love to.
That's
do
when
your
I
birthday
leave for Just for Laughs.
Fuck.
show. Well, then I'll fucking take his.
I'm gonna
spot.
call it the Not Just for Laughs show, because it's only gonna be people left over in the
Yeah.
city who.
Yeah, people who are not at Just for Laughs.
Yeah.
For your actual birthday, are we gonna be at Paul's cottage? At Jeff Paul's cottage?
No, I got 21st is a Monday, dude. I gotta be here doing this show.
Oh fuck right.
And then all you.
put some wood panel on the wall.
But we can have some birthday beers the day before.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a beer right now, guys. Enjoy the rest. Take it easy.
See you later, man.
All right, peace. Cal Post,
good one, bud.
everybody. Cal Post.
The co-host.
Thank you.
Leaving his own show early.
Almost. We're almost gonna leave, man. You
I'm
can-
playing the sad
Talk it
walking
up
away
after.
music from the Hulk in my head.
Well, that's you just
We're
started
getting heckled
listening
here
at
in
the
the
most
podcast.
boring possible time. Summer plan time is what you listen to. That's not fun.
Yeah. Well. So what have you been up
What
to?
do you have? Okay, well, I'm leaving soon for the West Coast. I'm going to be out there doing the comedy mix for 2 weeks, and then Hecklers, which on paper is the worst gig, but is actually a great gig.
Yeah, I heard it's a fun time there.
When you first look at it, I'm going to a sports bar, and it's called Hecklers. This is not good for comedy. And then you get there, and it's like, this is a great room. Everyone's awesome. The crowds are great.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Have you not played Hecklers?
No, I did the mix. It's the only thing I
Right
did in
on.
Vancouver. Yeah, I haven't done hecklers yet.
I'm doing 2 weeks at the mix. I think I'm there with Dave, my first week.
That's hilarious.
I think it's me, Dave, and Chris Gordon.
That's gonna be insane.
Yeah. And then I'm
Yeah,
headlining
Chris is
next
headlining.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I headline the following week.
And I made plans to be as far away from K-Trav as possible because he's on the West Coast. I'm going to be on the East Coast for the next 2 weeks with Hunter fucking Collins.
Oh, you doing acts down there?
Yeah.
That's gonna be hilarious.
Me and Hunter for 2 weeks. It's going to be fun.
That'll be a good time.
be
Message
good.
the Swayzes, get drunk.
Yeah, we're going to hang out with the Swayzes. I don't know if we're going to go by Cheers again, that fucking bar in Halifax where I got jumped. And then weeks later, Matt O'Brien got sucker
Is that
punched.
where he got punched?
Yeah, the same bar.
He got sucker punched at Cheers.
That's where I got jumped, and that's where he got jumped.
Guy smacked him in his smacked a beer glass into his teeth.
Yeah. He fucked Matt up. And you know what? Like, he was outside talking to the cops. It's clear that Matt was all fucked up. And the cops, once they knew he was from Ontario, just did not give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He had to pay too for the.
He got the runaround. Well, he insisted on the ambulance. That was stupid.
yeah.
I don't think he realized you have to pay for those.
It's a lot of money.
But
How much was the ambulance? How much did that cost him?
They said that if he pressed charges, the charges were going to be pressed against him.
For
they
what?
said they had him on camera being inappropriate with a girl, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Wow,
But
that's
they were going to do whatever they could.
that is some
They were protecting a buddy.
some crooked shit. Yeah, my guy, I could tell the little dude wanted to fight me, and I was talking to a bouncer. I was saying to the bouncer, I'm pretty sure this guy wants to fight me. And as I was explaining it to the bouncer, he jumped me.
Really?
Like, he jumped towards me, and I was looking this way, so I kind of just seen him coming, but I couldn't, like, punch from that angle. So my only move was Heisman. And I just put my fist out, and he fucking ran into my palm, and then I just E-Honda'd him. I just kept giving him slaps. Honestly, at one point, it felt like I was, like, using the buttons. He was a horrible fighter.
He ran into your palm.
He just
Just
ran into my
100-hand
palm.
slapped him.
Yeah, and it was like he was the car, and I had only so many seconds to get perfect. But you know what? The bouncer was going to rip both of us out of there, and the bartender came over. He's like, no, I saw the whole thing. This guy was trying to tell you that guy was going to fight him. You ignored him. And then the guy jumped him, and he's like, that guy's been tipping me well all night. He's like, fuck you. So they kicked the kid out, and they let me stay. And then the bartender bought me a couple shots.
Well, that's good.
That's why it's always nice to tip well.
Yeah, but I said to Hunter, though, when we go back, we're there this weekend, I'm not going to that fucking bar because every time and you know what? I didn't like it anyway.
Weird part about the East Coast is a guy will pick a fight with you just to see if he wants to be your friend.
Yeah, that was kind of.
It's like a challenge.
Well, this
Friend
guy
challenge.
picked a fight with
You
me.
get into a scrap with a guy, and afterwards they'll be like, that was a lot of fun. Let's go get a beer. You're like, I'm mad at you. You're like, come on. It was just a tumble. Let's go have a drink.
This guy wanted to fight me because his friends that he had met at the bar were at the show. And his friend said, hey, good job on the show tonight. You were really funny, something like that. And then this kid decided that didn't happen, and I wasn't really a comedian. But that's all I know about this. Like, he heard his friend say that, and he was like, no, you didn't. No, I didn't do what? Sorry, bud. What are you talking about? He's like, you didn't do that. Whatever. That's the fight he started with me.
Denying that you did stand
Yeah,
up.
denying that his friends watched me do stand-up at the Yuck Yucks. Because he was sitting there, and he's like, what, I can tell he's picking the fight, and all I could hear to the corner of my ear was, no, you didn't.
That's my least favorite kind of drunk.
Yeah, nonsensical.
I had one of those guys at a show once. I was doing Goderich Boston Pizza.
I've done that
Yeah,
show.
yeah, you've done that gig. And
Did you stand on that stage?
a guy just started going, like, after every one of my jokes, a guy would just go, oh, yeah, right, sure, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I believe that, right, oh, yeah.
I'd want to cram a fucking napkin holder down that guy's throat. I would fucking lose my mind.
Oh, he was just a pain in the ass. And I was like, I tried using diplomacy to deal with him, just be like, listen, bud, I get it, you're out here trying to have a good time. And he's like, I'm not having a good time. I'm like, there's the fucking door. You know what? I didn't pay for you to show up, you paid.
Yeah.
Fucking, you don't like it? Walk. You're wrecking the show for everyone else.
What did he do?
Hey, oh, yeah, right, oh.
Oh my God.
I gave him the old, were you sitting at home tonight going, now I know I'm a great big asshole, but I think Goderich needs to know?
Yeah. Goderich is not a fun place.
We had a girl. I booked a last-minute show in my hometown on our way up to Timmins because we had a pretty good paying gig in Timmins. So it's the only reason why you would drive all the way the fuck up to Timmins, because if it's good money. So we did that. We stopped and did a show, and then last minute, thanks to the people back home, we got like almost 70 people out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in less than a week and a half. Jesus Christ, Valley High is killing me back here. One girl sitting in the front row and just made it fucking painful for everybody the whole night. Until, you know who the bouncer was and you know who came and removed her? My mom.
Nice.
Yeah, my mom's at the
Don't
show.
fuck with Maureen.
Yeah. And when she came up to give this girl shit, I was like, ooh, you're in for it now, because I know what happens when she's mad. Like, she came up to remove the heckler, and I was like, you are going to be spitting bubbles for weeks. Because
That's
of the,
hilarious.
Yeah. Either that or she was going to break a wooden spoon on her ass. I don't know what, because that's my mom's moves.
Mo's got a stocky build.
Yeah,
Comes
yeah.
at you with a low center of gravity.
And she's deadly with the wooden spoon.
She could probably throw a hell of a suplex.
She's like a spoon ninja.
She's a killer with a spoon. But she would break them on us, and that made it more terrifying.
Yeah, spoon's a scary weapon if you know how to use it. You have a mic stand issue?
I'm having mic stand issues. These are see, this is wise. We're not used to these as comics. These are rock and roll mic stands.
Yeah, they got that bend the elbow.
Yeah, the bendy elbow. It's not rock and roll. It's comedy. Quit fucking bending on us, right? Am I right?
I don't know. I don't really know if these are rock and roll microphones or just talk show microphones.
Like the rock and roll.
Hey, man, anything could be rock and
Hey,
roll.
it's Matt Oliver.
Matty Oliver.
How's it going, boys?
How you doing, bud? Sunglasses.
awesome.
Sunglasses at night. Little Corey Hart action.
What's up, man? How's it going?
So I would like to challenge you officially to a game of darts later.
Yeah? You've been practicing your darts?
Yeah, I have been practicing my darts a lot.
Sweet.
Are you good at darts?
I guess this
Yeah.
is happening.
Kevin K-Trav is exceptionally good at darts.
Really?
That's-
I don't
it's
know how to
considered
play
me.
darts.
Horwood's better than me.
Horowitz just like, fucking K-Trav sucks, I'm the best.
No, I've taught him everything I know except for a few
Padawan.
moves. I keep the moves back because I don't
You
want
need the
him to-
moves.
You gotta keep a few secret moves in the repertoire.
There's some Zen archery
You need to have
breathing
an
shit
edge.
that I do, and I haven't.
That's cool.
So how do you
archery,
play
my
darts? Like you
balls.
just throw it to the bullseye?
Well, we stand on the street and we people that cross the other side, we try to hit them with the darts. And the
Street
first person to hit 5 people without getting punched in the face.
It's murder
wins.
darts.
It's like
murder
red
darts.
ass, yeah.
No, we there's
You
a
throw it from
local
the hip. Just,
there's a local establishment that
Very sneaky.
the comedians frequent. As far as I remember.
well, I will take on your challenge.
Awesome.
That sounds like fun.
A couple of other challenges coming up as of midnight tonight. Free agency starting in hockey and basketball.
Here, I challenge the
Ooh.
Maple Leafs to get rid of Dion Phaneuf.
I heard.
I was hoping they were going to do that at the
Holy
draft so
fuck.
much, buddy.
There's still time.
I believe
you know
he
what,
has
his-
a no trade clause.
He has a no, but it's an interesting thing. There was a window of opportunity that the beef of his no trade clause was not in effect for, leading up to free agency, and I'm fairly certain that it's tonight at midnight, and his veteran no trade clause kicks in, and he pretty much has total control.
Well, it's
but
always
there's a window.
I think it's great to have a hockey team that has a captain with zero fucking heart. Zero heart, you big, dumb,
He's
ugly
too,
motherfucker. I hate that guy, man.
He doesn't have the killer instinct.
He's got
too
nothing,
busy playing
man.
fucking ping pong and
He's
other
Dion
bullshit.
Powder Puff Phaneuf.
And the rumor mill has it that he got his jaw broken or his nose broken in a fight when he was still in either late in Calgary or early on.
Oh
in
yeah,
Toronto.
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's,
that
And
is
that's
the
why he
rumor
never. And once
That's
that
it.
happened, his value dropped.
But
They-
that
they
is the
talk
rumor
about
mill.
that in Calgary.
We've talked to guys. We have friends that have NHL buddies and stuff like that. And apparently, it's well known within the league that Dion Phaneuf is scared to hell of fighting somebody. Like he just won't do it. The only guy he ever fights is Scott Hartnell for some reason. But outside of that, he won't fight anybody, and that's why he doesn't throw the hits anymore. He doesn't throw the hits because if you throw the hits, you gotta fight.
with Jake Gardner and Morgan Riley, who are
They started to come out of their shell the last 15 games
Yeah.
of last season, man. I don't know.
I mean, I just don't want Phaneuf to be the guy having any impact on how their game styles.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Get the fucker. Like we need somebody like when we brought like Hall of Famers back, who was like
Brian Leach.
Brian Leach. We
Yeah.
need to bring in.
Why not bring in Dan Boyle?
Well, that's I think if you ask any
talking
Leaf
about
fan,
it.
there's 2 players that any team wants to
Spezza.
get right now. It's Paul Stastny and Dan Boyle.
I want Spezza.
If you get either of those 2 players this offseason, you're getting an
Yeah.
A+ grade. And Stastny is obviously the
I
the
like
number 1
Stastny
player.
because of his age, and I think everything
Yeah.
works. But
He's
I
gritty,
want
he's
Spezza
young, he's
just
fearless.
because. Can you imagine? Spezza's a Toronto boy. He's from Mississauga.
Yeah.
His dad gets his hair cut the same place I used to before I stopped cutting my hair. And I don't think he'd have a problem coming to Toronto at all. But if you imagine Spezza on a power play with Phil Kessel, that's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, and you can only dream of that, and they don't do it though.
They're
Every
opposite
year they
sides
let
of
these
the-
high-end free agents just turn by them, and you hope Shanahan is the effect. If there's one thing that pays off from this Shanahan hiring, which hasn't been shit so far, they should have let Carlisle go, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So he decided
they
not to
still
do that.
should.
He's got to be that guy going with Nonis to meet these players and be like, I'm Brendan Shanahan.
Well, did you
I'm the best person in the world. Come and play for us.
Did you hear what Shanahan said
Something
to,
a little more subtle than that, but
you hear what he said to Josh Georges? Shanahan?
no, I didn't hear what
Josh
he said.
Georges won't
waive.
waive his no trade clause. He said, "No, I don't want to be traded. I wanted to retire a Montreal Canadian." Apparently, Shanahan got a hold of him and said, "Waive it. We want you in Toronto. We want you here. Come here."
Well,
so
that's
Shanahan's
good.
trying to pick up Josh Georges.
That's okay.
And to be honest, if I'm Josh Georges, I don't know if I want to finish the rest of my career in a place that just told me they don't want me. You know, like, it's kind of fucking weird, man.
And what are the fans are going to do if they don't, and they made the conference finals this year, which is a surprise
that's
to a lot of
right?
people. And I don't think they can repeat that next year.
And they're retooling the team. They made it to conference finals. They're still retooling. Danny Briere to Colorado.
But that's a good trade, though.
Yeah.
Danny Briere was great, but that guy that, he's 37. The guy that they brought in is 31. He was playing...
Is Danny Briere really 37
yeah, he's 36. He'll be 37 by
Holy
by
shit.
the start of next season. I know, and you
We're
got to
almost
respect his
dead,
career.
man.
but-
That's how you can tell how old you are is when you're now older than all of the hockey players, or most of them.
There
And
was
the
a time
guys
when
that
Briere
are
made the players on his line better players, and he's played with some awesome players. Remember in Philadelphia and shit like that.
Yeah.
But he's 30 at that age. Parento's, I think that other guy's name is Parento, if I'm remembering.
Parento, P.A. Parento.
And he's from Montreal.
yeah.
This is a homecoming for him. He's balls to the wall. He's on the record as saying, "I'm fucking hitting the gym like Batman. I'm gonna be coming back, and I'm gonna have a terrific start to the season. And I'm coming home, and it's gonna be fucking awesome." Not only that, but he's only 31. The cap hit, the salaries were practically identical. So when you consider the trade, I think you're going to get more production out of this guy. But they also stole a 5th-round pick out of the deal. So I think it's a major win for Montreal. And I'm a huge fan of Canadian hockey. I cheer for Toronto first, but I always like to see Canadian teams do well.
No,
That's
you know
why
what?
I'd like to see Spezza in Toronto.
But there was that trend, Trevor, too. We talked about it, I think, where when Montreal was still in the playoffs, there was all of a sudden fans of all sorts of Canadian teams cheering for them because they were the Canadian team.
Yeah.
And
there's
as
no
a
other
Leafs
option.
fan, I wouldn't do it. And I had friends that were like, "Why wouldn't you support them?" And I was like, "Because you don't get it. Like, sure, they win a cup, and that'd be fantastic, I guess, but not really, because I can barely handle Montreal fans now. And then you let them win another fucking cup? You might as well, as a Leaf fan, if they won the cup this year, as a Leaf fan, anytime you're going to get into it with somebody from Montreal, just shut the fuck up. Sit down, because if they, you know what I mean? Like,
You can't say
you
shit.
can't even argue with them anymore at that point. They just won the fucking cup again. So then you
And
just
I mean,
have to.
They haven't won the cup in a while, though.
But that's what I mean. 93.
Look, we really
That series, did they win in '93?
we really just can't say
Against
anything
Gretzky?
ever
Yeah.
was
until we
against
win
Gretzky,
another
right?
cup.
Yeah. What's that?
That we really just can't say anything ever until we win another cup.
Yeah,
No,
but
at
you know,
this
there's some
point-
things that I like to point out to Montreal fans when they want to throw the number of cups in your face that they've won. I'm like, okay, well, they'll throw the number at you, and then you go, okay, well, how many of those cups did you win after there was more than 12 teams in the league? You know, and not
it's
even
like
12.
two.
You could have said 6.
Right.
How many did you win when there was 6 teams? When French players were only allowed to sign with your team. Because, like, they won the bulk of their cups then. After there was more than 12 teams, they won the cup twice. And that's not any more than Detroit or any other team, you know? Like,
The Gary Bettman era has brought all these teams from the South into Anaheim, San Jose, and
Nashville.
once we got to 30, 31 teams, I guess we're at 30 right now. I don't know,
30, yeah.
30 or 31. The talent is spread out in these southern markets that have huge California TV deals, and they aggressively go after these guys, and these guys will take a higher offer from a team that's in the southern states to not, like, these are Canadian kids.
Why not?
Like, if I'm a Canadian hockey player, I would refuse to go and play for an American team. I would say Canadian hockey, A-OK.
but
like,
you missed this side
everything.
of things, though, right? Because we have a friend, Cam. Cam and Nick are friends with Justin Williams from the LA Kings. And they go down there to party with those guys sometimes. And Justin's, like all the hockey players that are down there, they're living the fucking life, man.
I know,
It's like paradise for them because you're living there as a goddamn multi-millionaire. It's
And
like,
they all respect you.
you know, it's like you could live and play there or Winnipeg.
Yeah, I'd go to LA.
LA, man.
It's a smart choice.
And
They all have beautiful beach houses with knockout
you
girlfriends.
know how easy it is, like how cheap it is to get tickets for a Panthers game?
Oh, don't they give
Florida.
them away free with certain purchases or something?
I mean, you can for like $50, you can get like 3 tickets and hot dogs and beer.
Yeah. It's actually the Minnesota Wild. They have a promotion every once in a while, but it was before, like now they're doing fine. But when they first started getting that organized, friends of ours went down for $125. They got 4 tickets, 4 giant beers, and 4 hot dogs for $125.
American.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great to move to some shit market hockey team and then like be able to like drop $2,000 and have season tickets? Just live like a baller. You're all of a sudden you're Spike Lee.
I was thinking the same thing with acting, like just moving to like Thailand and becoming like the white actor in Thailand.
There's probably no white actors.
That's
Right
what
now
I'm
we
saying.
got
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I just lost my train of thought since I just got here.
Okay. No, that'll happen, man.
Was it about the cheap tickets?
I've never
was it
run.
the cheap tickets in Florida?
Let me
Cheap
sign
tickets.
off. I do have to head home. It was good chatting with you guys.
Good seeing you. bud.
Actually, no, I'm not heading home. We're going to go play
Okay, he's
darts.
got it.
Okay,
Yeah, the good thing about losing your
Last time I got free tickets.
right into the mic.
The last time I got free tickets to the Leafs, it cost me over $250 for the night. Parking.
Oh,
dinner,
yeah.
Drinks.
It's not free.
$25.
Yeah, it's not free. It's embarrassing that place. Like, it's embarrassing when you go to other barns and you see exactly how awesome it is, and then you come and watch the Leafs and it's a bunch of sushi.
I took my dad to a Leafs game this year, and I realized we are both too big to go to a Leafs game together.
You
Too
just need to
big?
buy an extra seat.
We were up in like the 500 levels, and my dad and I are both, big dudes.
Yeah.
We're sitting there, and I'm just like this, like I was half sideways, my arm around him most of the night.
That's
It
why.
was-
That's why sports fans
we stood up for
stand
the national anthem and
Yeah.
almost took the row with us.
You know,
I haven't been to a hockey game since I was like maybe over 20 years.
Really?
I just went to a baseball game for the first time last week, like maybe
Ever?
like about 20 years. I don't go to
Jeez.
like live sporting events.
you had fun.
I was too paranoid I was gonna get hit by the ball the whole time. I couldn't enjoy myself.
Oh fuck. Trev, first of all, your dad has to be a big man. I can't imagine your dad being a slight little dude. You
It'd
imagine?
be weird if my dad looked like Wallace Shawn.
Or Cal. Like if
this
your dad
is my
was.
son.
Yeah, if he had Wallace Shawn's voice but Cal's size. It's my bouncing baby boy. I could talk sports all day. I fucking love hockey so much, and I wish I didn't. It occupies far too much of my time. Reading about shit that doesn't matter.
Yep. Getting mad when people shoot at your net in video game hockey.
Oh yeah, that drives me nuts. If you're playing me in some fucking PlayStation hockey, and you shoot on my fucking net after the whistle, it's not right,
Go
man.
time.
It's not right. I will.
He gets all
Here's-
grumpy and bitchy.
Here's a
just
game.
not right.
Here's a game I want to make. You're it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but you're a riot crowd, and you go to different sporting events, and throughout the game you get new weapons and you build your riot team. But here's the thing: they make it go with like EA Sports, so you can go on like if you're playing hockey, we can come watch your game and start riots.
That would be amazing. It
But
could-
you collect things along the way.
some of the most popular levels would be
I
obviously
don't think you'd be
Vancouver,
able to get an official license like that. because
Montreal.
I don't
would be
know
a
how
big
they-
one.
You'd come under fire for inciting
Montreal
riots.
starts riots when they win.
Yeah.
Like something good
They're known-
happens
they're known
and
to
they
riot.
burn shit to
Oh
the
man,
ground.
I was doing shows when they were still in the playoffs.
Is it okay if I go to the bathroom?
In Montreal? Yeah. And as the game was nearing an end, a massive police presence was amassing near the Bell Center.
It's been happening since the Coliseum days.
No, they know that it's going to happen, and the cops jump on top of it now.
If you ever want to watch something that's really horrible, watch a riot police crowd beat the hell out of a group of people.
Well, I mean, John Hastings had the joke about watching a Montreal hockey riot start with a guy holding a brick screaming, "You know what? The cops in this town have it too easy," and then throwing the brick at a horse.
Did the rest of the crowd turn on the fucking horse herder? That's not a thing.
It just
The guy-
all went nuts after that.
Yeah, you gotta beat the shit out of a guy that throws a brick at
Yeah.
a horse.
It had a cop on it, but still.
Never mind the cop on the horse. I'm
That's why
more
I said,
concerned
but
about the
still.
horse.
Yeah, there's no point in throwing a brick at a horse.
Yeah. Man, I saw a fucking wicked video. Speaking of videos, I know sometimes you guys bring them up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd be able to find this one.
I don't know. We can always ask Sam, but
Well, they're busy, but maybe. I saw a little kid get in a fight with another kid today in a video, right? And then the kid looks like he's gonna leave the fight, like he doesn't want to be in the fight anymore, and he gets on his bicycle and he like rides away. And then he comes back at full speed where the kid doesn't expect him to be coming back, jumps off his bike, walks up, punches the kid in the mouth, and then runs back to his bike that still hasn't fallen. Like his bike was still moving, and he fucking jumped on the ghost bike and kept moving. Like he jumped off, smacked the kid in the face, and then got back on a ghost bike and took off. And the kid who got punched out was like, what the fuck just happened? He tried to catch him on foot. He got on the ghost bike. There was no way he was going to...
yeah. Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Alan says it's real.
It's amazing and real. It's sick.
Yeah, you saw it.
I was gonna say
the bike was going for like 100 feet before the guy got back on
sounds
it.
fake.
Yeah. No, it's like, I don't even know how you do that. Just keep your bike moving with nobody on it. Might have been the coolest thing I've ever
What's the video called?
The coolest kid ever punch. No, I don't know exactly. What do you think it'd be called?
BMX punch. I don't know.
Yeah, bike knockout.
Yeah, bike knockout.
Little kid bike knockout. It's fucking impressive.
Ghost riding your bike when I was a kid was something we did all the time. We lived near the Scarborough Bluffs, and we would steal bikes and ghost ride them off the bluffs.
Just let them go?
Yeah, and just fucking launch them. And it was the challenge was to see who would stay on the bike the closest to the edge.
Wow, you kids were insane.
Yeah,
Jesus.
But I have to call it ghost ride punch.
Ghost ride punch is what they should call it. I'm going to see if I can find what they called it. But it was fucking impressive. You know when you see things most of the time or you watch something, you're like, well, I guess this might be okay.
I don't even know.
I was really impressed. I was like, that was worth the 30 seconds that it took to watch it. It really was.
Good time investment.
Yeah, also, there was a dude that got, watched this video. I don't know if anybody saw this one. It's a truck driver that got pulled over by a cop. And he got pulled over because the truck driver blew his horn at the cop when the cop was speeding and on his cell phone. So the truck driver's like, fuck you, and blows his horn at the cop because the cop's breaking the law. So the cop pulls him over and starts acting all tough with him. And he's not even into the conversation like 2 minutes when he says to the officer, now you realize that my phone that's right there has been recording you this entire conversation. And the cop looks at the phone and looks at him and goes, I'll just get your paperwork and I'll be right back. And he leaves, comes back, and that 3 minutes of the cop trying to backtrack and apologize to the truck driver is something everybody should watch. It's fucking awesome. Because the truck driver, the second the cop leaves, turns the phone and looks at him and goes, that's what happens when they know that you're videoing them. Puts the thing down. But this
truck drivers have to get out of the truck?
No, this guy was told if he got out, it would not be good. He was told to sit.
But how are they that high? Like the cop climbs up the truck?
Yeah, they climbs up
Yeah,
the
you gotta
truck.
climb up onto the side of the cab.
Yeah, that's
Sure,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're going to go right to bed.
Night, night. I wish I could find it. Where the
Good
fuck?
strong dab will knock you out. Mark, what is your agenda this summer?
Summertime, like July, summer?
Well, are you hitting up any festivals, doing any road gigs?
No, I'm not doing any festivals.
Cleaning
this
bathrooms?
year. Cleaning a couple bathrooms, some by choice. But no, I'm doing like Ottawa Absolute at the end of the month. And I just have a bunch of like one-nighters around the city. I'm actually doing a lot of like city shows, one-nighters, so I'm happy. Like I don't have to go to like small towns and stuff.
Yep.
But so I'll be there, and then it's pretty much it. I got just a bunch of one-nighters throughout the whole summer, and then my only main weekend is Absolute Ottawa, the last week of July.
Okay, so just for laughs week you're there.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm there during.
Jeez, try not to.
Try not to yawn into the mic.
Sorry for keeping you up.
Yeah, this is way past my bedtime. No, but
You're not a weed smoker, so this.
No, I'm not.
This
is the
light haze is a lot for you.
This is the longest I've been in this environment to this level while talking.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. And I can hear flame behind my head.
Well, they're bringing up a dab for old. Ryan Horwood doing a dab.
I'm okay. I don't know about the main
I'm
host.
good, man. I'm good.
Thanks, man.
I've done my dance.
That was
I've
it?
done the dab
Still
dance.
going. Got a lot of smoke in your mouth.
Now you cough for a few minutes.
Right into the mic, please.
Look at you.
Wow.
Jeez, you're getting Rob Ford
Would you
red.
like a bottle of orange juice?
I'm fucking gibbled, man. What was that? That was like.
What the fuck is gibble?
Did you just call that white shark? That's terrifying, man. White shark.
Yeah.
Why can't we call it like nice
Dolphin?
fuzzy dolphin something?
Does it feel like a fuzzy dolphin, or does it feel
No,
like
it
a
feels
fucking
like
shark?
a white shark. It's perfect.
There you go, bud. That's why
yeah.
it's called that.
Yep.
Think we just solved that fucking mystery.
Yeah.
Why isn't it called warm hug? Well, because it's more of a rough slap to your face.
Holy shit. Wow.
See, I did a dab once before a show, and I forgot how to tell jokes. I remembered the words, I just didn't know how to say them right.
Like me at the Clock Tower Comedy Festival.
Oh, you apparently got fantastic drunk.
Holy shit. I have never been this fucking wasted and done comedy in all my time doing this. I've never done this before. I fucking went on stage blackout drunk.
Really?
Yeah. I tried to set up the same joke 4 fucking times with the same sentence.
Oh, buddy, that's rough.
Oh, yeah, but not for the right reasons. It was, no, towards the end I was, because I just, like, I realized how
Started
fucked I was.
sobering up?
Yeah, yeah. And when I realized how fucked I was, I started looking at the audience, and I looked at one girl, and I was like, holy shit, I'm fucked, right? And she's just like, yeah, you're fucked. And I was like,
Well, what did you drink before you went up?
did I drink? It was the Late Nasty show.
Oh, yeah.
Because the show I got paid for the festival and the show that mattered, I had a great set. Everything was fantastic. But for that show, holy fuck. Towards the end of it, I couldn't see a fucking thing. I was going to fall over, and Christoph was hosting. And I was just up there going, Christoph, can you please come here, man? Like, I need you to come here, dude.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Save me. That's bad.
Because I thought Tyler Morrison was drunk when he did the show.
Oh, I was
But he
obliterated.
got all of his jokes out and danced a lot.
No, I was...
Is he known to be a dancer?
No, but when he gets nice and drunk, he'll do the strut. He'll do a little bit of a Ric Flair action. He'll tell you he's the best.
No, I was past the point. There's nobody home wasted. With sporadic waking up and being like, this is like a bad fucking dream. And then
Did you remember the set the next day, or did you have to be reminded?
It have to be explained to you.
no, well, it was like 5 minutes in probably to waking up where I realized, but after that, there was also some funny stuff with a burger and spinach, just wasted.
Well, I mean, you were there when I was about a year or two in, and we got high before a show, and I started and finished my set with
This
the same
is
joke.
one of the best things ever. We got obliterated stoned. K-Trev's doing a headlining spot. And we're at the back of the room. The place is full.
This is old Humber night at
Old,
Yucks.
yeah, an old night at... And K-Trev starts to close the show that he's doing, or the set he's doing, with the joke he opened with.
That's hilarious.
And he doesn't know. Like, he had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And the rest of us
all the
comics...
guys were waving me
Yeah.
off. And I was like, what are you guys doing? This is a great joke.
No, yeah. The rest of us are in the back of the room waving our arms like, no, man, you already fucking did this one. You did this one. Stop it. But we're
did
not
you mean
making
to
any
open
sound
with
because...
it?
I opened with it, and then
But did you mean, is it your normal opener, or did you just not?
I think
do
it was like a
close?
newer bit.
Okay.
And that's why I thought,
It was,
like, oh,
fresh
man,
in your mind.
I should try this new bit. And
my
then at the
last
end of the
joke.
show, I was like, oh, man, I should try this new bit.
The best part is that we got to watch the audience when we knew what the fuck was going to happen. And the audience was all sitting there through the same fucking joke that they had already watched, thinking that this
It
has
did
got to...
well the first time.
Yeah. No, it did really well the first time. But he's doing it again, and they're all waiting like on the edge of their seat thinking there's got to be a different punchline, something that makes this all tie together. And then it was just the same thing that they had seen. And they all looked at each other, and Trev looked at the audience like, what the fuck's the matter with you? That's a good joke. like Trev was still looking at him like, are you kidding me? Nothing? That was awesome.
That's so funny.
He told it better the second time.
So you guys, with the help
This
of the
is
chat,
it!
we found the
Holy
video.
shit.
We
This is the
found
truck
video.
driver video?
This is the
No, this
flyby
is,
biking punch in the mouth. Watch this shit.
Gotta go to the crib, nigga.
Watch him. He's like, I'm not going to fight you anyway. And he leaves.
See, the fact that someone's filming this, I don't know if it's real.
No, watch. It's awesome.
Oh, he coming back, Shorty.
Does he jump back on the bike?
You see that shit?
He jumps back on the bike.
Back on the fucking bike.
That's amazing.
Boom.
Bike's still going.
And the kid's chasing him. But he's back on the fucking bike.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was good. That was good.
Wow.
That's awesome. I don't know if I'm gonna just pick people at random, but I'm buying a bike, is all I'm saying. I don't know.
I want to see Tom Cruise do that with a motorcycle now.
Yeah, something. Jesus. I'd like to just see that kid do a few interviews.
Jet Li could do that. Give me Jet Li and a motorcycle.
Just like if somebody just stops and asks the kid, what was your motivation? I'm just a badass.
That was awesome. That was one of the best punkings I've ever seen.
Yeah. Holy shit. That kid's never going to tell that story. What happened to your face? Don't worry about it.
That's insane.
I don't know, man. I think you might tell people when you were victim of the coolest sucker punch ever.
That kind of thing to me is
You
cool.
think
Like,
it was like a legit punch though, or do you think it was set up?
I don't know, man.
Like, why was he filming? He knew how cool it was.
Well, the video that I saw is actually like a little bit longer in the front half of it, and it's just kids that are starting to fight each other. And I think the kid's just trying to like, he thinks he's going to get a fight.
So and then he just kept recording?
And then he just kept recording.
That makes sense then.
That's what I thought.
If he legitimately pulled that move off in a fight, that you can't top
But
that.
see, that's how good it is. You're sitting here going, all right, if that's real, if it is real, then that's how good it is that you're sitting here going, I don't know if it's real. Because it's that cool. It's like that UFC kick where it's like, it looks like they would have had to pay somebody to CGI it, where the guy goes off the wall of the cage. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Anthony Pettis. He goes off the wall of the cage like it's a goddamn Street Fighter game and kicks the guy in the head.
It's pretty crazy.
It's
Does
pretty
he win?
good. Yeah, he wins. That's a winning kick.
I'm surprised no one tried that before.
Yeah. Ben
That would be all
Henderson.
they tried
He
to
knocked
do.
out Ben Henderson, and that guy's pretty tough. But when you're doing wall kicks, well, then who knows?
Yeah, like his foot could have got caught in the
Yeah,
fence.
it's the limit.
Yeah, sky's the limit with wall kicks. I don't know.
We have decreed.
I think if I was a UFC fighter, I would dress as Blanca. Head to toe, I would dye myself green.
Can you
Orange.
dye yourself in the UFC?
I could.
Is it against the
You
rules?
could. You just decided. I don't know. The full body makeup may.
I had some.
Might be a few guys that argue.
It might be. It makes you slippery. It's hard to grapple with him because he's covered in all this grease paint.
It's also hard to grapple with me when I'm sitting on your chest chewing your face.
Yep. He bites you.
That is true with electricity.
Yeah, it's called my electric Blanca bite. And
I'm pretty sure he brought a taser into the ring.
a taser?
If they did have a UFC style with Street Fighter, who do you think would win the whole thing?
UFC style?
With
Like
Street Fighter?
In a cage, the classic characters, like the 10 guys.
Oh, I'm a Ryu man.
Who?
Ryu?
Ryu?
Yeah.
I'd say Balrog,
Balrog was pretty crazy.
because he's a fighter, like a boxer.
Yeah, but then what
don't
was
know,
the
man, a
guy's
guy who
name?
can shoot fireballs
What was the guy?
at you?
Tiger, not Tiger
Oh,
Claw.
Dalzim.
No, the other guy. He was.
Vega.
Ken?
I'm just saying
No,
names
no,
now.
keep going.
Guile?
No.
Oh, Guile is...
No, Saget.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Tiger Uppercut.
Yeah, Saget would be pretty insane also.
Tiger
Guile would
uppercut.
hold his
Sagan
own.
had a great reach, but yeah, I'm going with Ryu.
Is it true that Street Fighter was the last movie that Raul Julia did?
Yes.
That's sad.
He did it because his kids were fans.
God, that poor man.
He was actually pretty ill when he filmed it.
My God.
Yeah, no, it was an awful, awful movie.
Really, what a great actor.
I guess the party is over.
Hunter Collins. My favorite, somebody taught me if you want to do a good Jean-Claude Van Damme impression, you just have to say apple-jize, like you're saying apologize, but you say, I apologize. I practiced for my Shudoshi. I wasn't going to steal it. Why those guys so pissed at me? Because I tell them that you say that their mothers sleep with donkeys. Kickboxer, classic.
That's my brother.
Yeah. Miley. The Glass.
Well, I guess I think it's time that we can wrap it up.
We can wrap it up.
Plug your shit. Mark, you on Twitter?
Yeah, man, I'm at D Mark the Bonus. THE Mark the Bonus.
Right on. And where are you going to be this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
I'm doing a show Friday.
Where?
I don't know. I've come to the point where I don't want to know any details till an hour till the show.
So you're booked, but you don't know where?
It's in Kensington Market. Kensington Market. It's a Toronto show. I'm doing a bunch of local shows this week. I'm doing Julian Dion's show at Say What.
Okay.
That's
Wednesday.
a fun show, I
heard. It's a good show.
Yeah, I heard good things.
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of shows this week in the city. So.
Well,
Saturday I got drafted. I'm playing baseball.
What?
Yeah. First game Saturday.
Okay.
He's playing for...
Come watch me play baseball if you want.
Playing for Comedy Bar?
No, the Baby Zeppelins.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah, can I play sometime?
Hey, man, it's not my league.
That's what they always say.
All right, Horwood, and you're going to be in Halifax this weekend.
Yeah, I leave for Halifax on Thursday, and then after Halifax, Newfoundland.
And where Twitter?
Oh, just my name. I'm one of those weirdos that lucked out. Just no spaces, no nothing. At Ryan Horwood.
Right on.
Yeah.
And I'm at the Comedy Mix in Vancouver this weekend with headliner Chris Gordon. I think MC Dave Merhej.
It's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be
That's
a fun
great show.
At K. Trevor Wilson. You've been listening to the CK Podcast. Always shit going on at Vapor Central. Mondays, we got Opus Live in the CK Podcast. Tuesdays, the Myrna's Wanna Zone with Matt Myrna. Wednesdays is Weedy Wednesdays with Brian O'Gorman. Thursdays, Third Class Thursdays with Hunter J. Collins. And every Sunday is Stoner Sunday with little Mikey Rita. Have a good night. Keep smoking, guys.